Hey guys, welcome back to Hermitcraft Season 10. Oh yeah. So, last couple days I haven't been feeling the greatest, and I haven't been able to be on the server much. So, I decided, why not do a Q&A? We'll just we'll do that, and then get to answer some questions. What's going to be on the screen is literally just a time lapse of the base with shaders. So don't feel like you have to stare at the screen. The screen will be the exact same thing. So that's it. So we're going to get into some questions. I have like 100 something here. I'm hoping to get through all of them. I have 102 currently. There were a lot more, but a lot of them kind of fell under the same umbrella of question. And so hopefully answering one of them will answer all of them. Yeah. So one of, I guess just to start off, no particular order. Do you like potato chips? If you do, what is your favorite type? I'm a huge fan of salt and vinegar. Love it. It's like the greatest flavor potato chip you could possibly make. Okay, that's just the way it is. So if you disagree, you're wrong. Okay, Takis, although Takis are pretty dang good. Gotta love a Taki. Okay, if you hadn't had Takis, I'm sorry. I feel bad for you a little bit, because that means more for me. All right. So next question, what has been your favorite thing you've made in Hermitcraft as a whole? I think a lot of people already know the question to this, although the base, if you're staring at the screen that you're currently staring at, it's getting up there. It's getting up there. Season 3 base was my all-time favorite. All-time favorite. Love that base. I put so much time into that base. Like, that was at a time I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't do anything. I would wake up between like 4 and 6. I would grab coffee, sit at the computer, and I wouldn't log off until like 11 o'clock midnight. So a lot of time. Yeah. Who do you think is the funniest hermit? Me. Obviously. I don't do favorites. I don't do it. Unless it's my own stuff. I don't do it. I'm not, that's a rabbit hole that I'm not jumping down it. Not going to do it. So there you go. I am. Hermit you wish you could spend more time with on the server. You know, if I'm gonna say Corrales, but like the dude, he's like always on vacation. Always on vacation. Always on vacation. I would have to say that of everyone I've hung out with, and this is one of those kind of umbrella questions, because there were questions like, which hermit do you think you got along the best with? I'm gonna say Corrales. There's been many a time me and Corrales just off camera, we were just sitting there just shooting the breeze for hours, like just talking, not actually doing anything. Like I'm just kind of running around at my base and just whatever, running through food, and that's about it. And we're just chatting just about life and everything. So I would say Corrales is probably the hermit that I've gotten along the best with, and hope to spend more time around. You see what I'm saying? Next is, what has been or is the hardest build you've done since joining Hermitcraft? Current season 10. Season 10 is my most ambitious and the hardest. So yeah, that's it.
I'm coming in. I knew it was over here somewhere.
How you doing, Mumbo?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Not feeling great.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm sick, and so I haven't been able to be on this week.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Wait, you're not in proper hot tub attire, sir.
What you don't wear a suit into a hot tub? I mean, you look like you're also in a sort of a suit.
You're wearing armor, my guy.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll take that
No,
off.
you gotta
Don't
leave the
worry.
shoes on. Oh, that's gross.
What do you mean?
Wow.
Okay, now I don't understand.
Mumbo.
A hat's allowed? A hat's allowed in the hot tub? Or is this...
Well, you don't want to get a sunburn, so
That's
I
true.
guess.
That's true.
Okay. So I decided I was going to do a Q&A,
Mm-hmm.
but I thought it might be fun to ask whoever happens to be on or come on a couple of the questions as well.
Okay, all right, okay.
Are you down?
Of course.
So these
I'm
are
kinda
just
nervous.
random questions that I felt like, why not?
All right.
Okay.
I'm bad at answering questions, so this is going to be exciting.
Well, we've done this before, so I'm familiar. Okay, Mumbo. Do you like potato chips? If you do, what is your favorite type? I guess you call them crisps over there.
Oh, that is a good. So I would, yes, of course. I don't know if I've ever encountered a person that doesn't like potato chips or crisps.
Oh, they exist.
Oh, really?
We just don't talk about them.
And I would probably say like chili heat wave Doritos. They're pretty good. Yeah.
Nice. I've never heard of chili heat wave.
Really? It might be called something different. Maybe it's called something different over there.
Okay. What has been your favorite thing you've made in Hermitcraft as a whole?
Oh, wow. Oh, that is a difficult question.
Hard hitting.
I don't know. I'm really loving my little town. I think I really love what I've done over there. I do like. To be honest, all the stuff that I've built this season has made me extremely happy because it is such like a departure from what I normally build. So I'm going to be really frustrating and say the thing that I'm currently building, which is
it one of those
Hermitcraft season 10.
Every new thing you build is your new favorite?
I mean, that does seem to be pretty consistent with how I function. Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite dessert?
Oh my goodness. Honestly, I the problem is I like basically every single dessert. Like I don't think there's not many things that I don't enjoy. I obviously like ice cream is awesome. I'm a big fan of ice cream. There's like a Ben and Jerry's cookie dough ice cream. That's pretty fantastic. Don't know if that counts as a dessert, but a whole tub of that will do well.
All right. And then I guess to round it off, why aren't you obsessed with Etho like Joel?
Oh no, I totally am obsessed with Etho. Etho is one of the few people on the server that I actually still get nervous talking to.
I do as well. I
I
don't know what it is. There's something about that guy.
He's just got an aura about him, you know?
That guy. Yeah. Every time, like you, I'm like, it's Mumbo.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Totally understandable.
Well, I appreciate you taking a moment and answering some questions.
No problem. It's been interesting for me being in something that has forced me to stand still. Like that's the most stationary I think I've ever been.
I do
in
the same.
Hermitcraft
I kind
history.
of like move around when I'm.
Yeah, I'm a shuffly one. Right. Well, thank you ever so much.
Did you
for
see what
having me over.
Corrales did in the pool?
What the bit? Oh, Corrales.
Right.
I was just about to commend how absolutely incredible this pool floaty is. This is the best pool floaty I think I've ever seen.
It's even wearing his hat.
But this is a disaster.
It's bad.
That's bad.
Okay.
I guess on that note, I'll be on my way.
All right. Thanks.
See you later. Nice
Bye.
to see you. Oh, I don't have my clothes on. How embarrassing.
What block would you want to see more hermits use in builds? Well, prismarine, obviously. Obviously. If you could remove one thing from Hermitcraft, what would you choose? Remove. I don't know that. Like, bats suck, but like I don't hate them enough to like remove them. I don't know that there's really anything I would remove from Hermitcraft. Yeah. Or wait. No, from Minecraft. If you remove one thing from Minecraft, yeah, I can't think of anything. There's nothing that I could think of that I hate so much that I would just want it gone. And then if you could add either scorpions or snakes to the game, which and why? Like, is that even like? It's snakes. The answer is always snakes, because snakes are awesome. Have you ever seen them flick their little tongue out? Oh, it's the cutest. It's so cute. Love snakes. I love snakes. What's your favorite hobby outside of Minecraft? I like driving. I enjoy driving. It's very calming until you realize you're in Wisconsin, and man, oh man, I have not seen in my years drivers in more of a rush to get nowhere. Literally nowhere. I don't know what it is, but like, and I drive fast. Like, you know, I not like crazy fast. Okay, I drive safe and slightly quicklier. Okay, slightly quicklier. Like if the speed limit's 70 or 70, I'll do 79. I have this thing about I won't do 10 over. I'll do 9 over. I will not do 10. But if I'm on a surface street and the speed limit's like 30, I'll do like 34. If it's 20, I'll do like 24. So like highway speeds, I'll usually do 9 over. And that's about it. You know, it's there's times I've gone a little bit over that, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, anyway. So I do enjoy driving. I love movies. I love watching TV. I like that was my comfort food when I was young, was movies and TV, whatever we could get on the free channels when we had a TV. So that was, yeah. What's your favorite place you've ever been? I haven't been many places, to be perfectly honest. Again, growing up, we were really, 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 really poor, and there was not a lot of travel. There was not a lot of any of that stuff. I have fond memories of going camping when I was young. Like that's one of those super cheap things that you can kind of just do, or you know. Although I'm pretty sure camping spots, rentals and stuff have gotten expensive. So yeah, I haven't really been, and I would like to go more places so I can have a favorite place I've been. Would you ever consider going to one of the in-person Gamers Outreach streams? I did consider it both times, or well, this time. I just decided against it. It's one of those things that I enjoy my anonymity so much that I don't care to risk that. I was, for those that have, you know, I was going to go to the last Minecon that there was supposed to be before everything, which obviously was canceled. So like I was going to go to Minecon, and then hopefully if they ever bring Minecon back, I will be able to go the same way. So yeah. Do I have a hidden talent? This is also, there was another one that was like, is there something about you that makes people are shocked about or something? I have an incredible talent to be calm. I know that's I don't know what it is. Quick story, when after Bishop passed, me and Ferks, we went back to Arizona just to get away, and just because we had to. bishop hit like that, it's still um anyway, we were at we had stopped at this restaurant to grab some drinks. It's like a little fast food joint. There's no like actual inside of the place. And so we were standing at the window, and behind us, all we hear is tires screeching, crash banging, all of that. And like I just what had happened is a car had flipped and landed in the parking right behind us. And I was just kind of like, oh, that's a thing that happened. Like I don't know what it is. I'm just very calm. So I guess that's a talent. Anyway, I feel like I'm just kind of going off on this is gonna be a long video. Okay, maybe I'll make it 2. I don't know. If you got invited to join the life series, would you accept? I'm gonna say no. It doesn't really seem like my kind of like the kind of stuff I would enjoy doing. I don't know. I'm more of a just kind of calm guy. Previous question. Calm. What's your favorite thing and least favorite thing about Minecraft? Favorite thing is just how open it is. Like there's no specific way to play. And I think a lot of games these days have forgotten that some people just kind of want to play the game how they want to play a game, you know? And then they just try to lock them into this one way of playing and not, it's not a fan. And what's my least favorite thing about Minecraft? Inventory. And the lack of slabs and stairs and walls. Yeah. Which actually kind of comes over into the next question. With all the new blocks in Minecraft and so little inventory, how would you change the inventory system? I've heard before that it would be... I can't remember who had the idea. Y'all could probably... I think it was answered in the Q&A I did with Hermits a while back. But the ability to have shulkers with blocks in them and being able to assign those specific blocks to that shulker and then being able to pick block out of it. Middle mouse button click out of it and have it go back into it. Like that would be insane. Like that would be nuts, and I would love it. Because then you could just have an inventory full of shulkers and you just pick block out of it. Like that, I think would, because then you could have copious amounts of storage, even if it's like, a few slots that are, a few, spots that are just designated as you put the shulkers here and you could pick block out into and out of those. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. This is the one. What's one weird fact about you that blows most people away? Ability to stay calm. It wasn't always that way. When I was younger, I had a bit of a temper. Life sucked. We were poor, and I just hated everything. And then just kind of as I got older, it went like off the deep end the other the other direction. So yeah. What is your favorite animal? I don't know that I have a favorite. Pygmy marmoset, like if it's just like God, they're so cute. They're so stupid cute. Pygmy marmoset. If you haven't seen one, give it a Google. Just type it in the Google machine and enjoy. They are stupid cute. Want one as a pet, but don't, because I don't know what it takes to take care of them, and I don't want to take on something that I don't know about and then end up screwing it up. And so they're better off with people that know what they're doing, or just out in the wild. Just, that kind of thing. What's my favorite color? Blue. Just blue. Always has been since I was a kid. Blue. Always loved blue. What is one thing you would add to Minecraft? Slabs, stairs, walls for all the blocks. Actual blocks. I'm not like gravel, sand, dirt. Well, dirt and grass. That's kind of a. Could I see a use for slabs? Yes. But I think there's even more use for layers for grass and dirt. Right? Kind of like snow. But then again, why not have layers for like I think if it's a gravity affected block, it shouldn't have slabs and stairs maybe. I don't know. But yeah, slab stairs. Or I would take some kind of actual inventory thing that is not a bundle, because a bundle solves nothing, people. Thank you. 20 words or less. What do you think of rutabagas? I don't. Next question. I don't know. I don't think of rutabagas. Can't remember the last time I had rutabaga. I don't even know if I've had rutabaga. I probably have. I did. Yeah. What's your process like for recording a video? I've touched on this before, but I literally usually log in, and that's when I decide what I'm gonna do for that day. That's basically it. Yep. If like I don't know, do you want more depth than that? I purposely record in a way, at least I think I do, in where it doesn't require tons of editing. I record what I need, and I don't record what I don't need. I guess. That's not to say that I don't cut things, because I do. But I try to cut it in a way where it's not obvious something was cut. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. So that's basically it. Wait, where did how do you regulate your mental health with the insecurities that come with being a full-time content creator? I love what I do. There's always going to be, and this actually umbrella is another type of question. What I do is if I start to feel the burnout, I play a different game. Or I spend less time, obviously, doing the thing that is causing that burnout. I know that like people are like, oh, well, duh. But I do it on purpose. It's like I go out of my way to do it, to spend less time doing it. I found for me that, or for a lot of people, that you just spend time doing something else. Like if I'm having trouble coming up with something to do, doing like playing Diablo, and I play a lot of Diablo 4. Playing Diablo 4, it's such a mindless game that it requires no thinking. And so you can kind of just zone out, blink, and then a lot of times just boom. You're just like, oh my God, what if I did this? And that's kind of, yeah. And so that helps with my mental health as well. And like I touched on before, movies, TV, that stuff, it was comfort food. It was escape. It was a peek into a quote unquote better life. So that's, yeah. Next, and hast thou slain the Jabberwock? I'm assuming that is some kind of reference that I am not familiar with. And so I'm going to say no. Probably not. I don't know what that is. What's your name? I panicked. Felinity. Okay. No. My name is xBCrafted. There you go. Call me XB. That's it. That's all you're going to get. What is your favorite video from your channel? I have a very, very, very soft spot for the Ultimate Base Tour in Season 3. Both of them. There's a first one, and then there's an updated one. I really enjoyed those videos. So, like, I've watched them myself several times. Yeah, so there you go. Do you know why Corrales is not playing on Hermitcraft? This is the time of year where Corrales, if you don't know, has a family. And this is the time of year that Corrales tends to spend a lot of time with his family. And so I give him a lot of grief about it. But honestly, I understand it. I get it. And I don't hold any kind of ill will toward it. So, yeah. He'll be back. He always comes back. Don't worry about it. What is your favorite dessert? My favorite dessert? I really enjoy carrot cake. I love carrot cake. But I also love German chocolate cake. But I have this thing where I like sweet stuff, but I'm not overly in love with sweet stuff. You know what I mean? So I think if it was put down, here's this carrot cake with the cream cheese frosting and the goodness, and here's a German chocolate cake, which one are you picking? I'm probably going to go toward the carrot cake. As long as it's a good, I've had some bad carrot cakes. Bad. Yeah. What games, if any, do you enjoy playing outside of Minecraft? Kind of touched on it before. Currently playing a lot of Diablo 4. So that's what I play. I actually play with patrons and stuff in the Discord. So if you play Diablo 4 and you ever want, we do have a clan, so you can join the clan. We're usually on evenings. And so, yeah, you could become a patron, hop in there. We'll be hanging out. Like I said, we have a clan. We're very, very casual. We're not like hardcore Diablo 4 people. We just enjoy the game, enjoy hanging out. And so there you go. What is your favorite non-Hermitcraft Minecraft related thing to do? Oh, yeah. That gives you a positive mood boost. That's again, I enjoy driving. I enjoy hanging out with Berks. We tend to laugh a lot. I don't know why. I'm not a laugher. I don't laugh. It's just not something I do. But yeah, we get along. We enjoy driving. We really like experiencing new things together. Like there's a lot of places she never went until I got here. And so when I first got here, we went to all of those places. Well, a lot of those places. And then obviously there's places she's been that I haven't. And hopefully we'll get to those, but you know, that's a whole other thing. If you were a mob, which mob would you be? I feel like I would be the opposite, maybe, of a guardian. Because like, well, no, I guess a guardian. Well, I don't know. I've been told that I look intimidating, but I'm so not. I'm a nice guy. I try to be a nice. I strive to be a decent human being, and so yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a tough question there. Just be a decent human. That's all you got to do. Just be a decent human being. What is your favorite part of content creation? Conversely, what do you find most difficult? Most difficult, constantly coming up with new stuff to do. That, I don't care who you ask. If they don't say that's the most difficult part, they're lying. Period. It sucks. Trying to constantly come up with new stuff. Yeah. What is my favorite part of content creation? When you finally come up with new stuff and then you get to do it. And also hanging out with the peeps, the feedback, the just community. So yeah. Season 10 is still going strong, but do you already have plans for season 11? No. The only planning I generally do pre a new season is I want to build something like I don't really season 10 I kind of planned. I wanted to redo season 3. I wanted to do it better. That was my plan going into season 10. Other than that, nothing. Like the rings and stuff on the outside, that was all an afterthought. The only thing that I planned on doing was revisiting season 3 space, period. And just doing it better. And hopefully I've achieved that. Oh, it's snowing. Nice. That's cool. Okay. Oh, I should really be trying to keep track of where I am. What food combo would you not wish upon even your worst enemy? Beans on toast? Hey. Just kidding. Kidding. Calm. It's a joke. I can't think of any kind of, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I know there's probably some people that'd be like, pineapple on pizza. I love pineapple on pizza. Fight me. What one thing, item, mob, encounter, etc. from another game would you like to see added and adapted for vanilla Minecraft? And they gave they gave like examples like a scroll of teleport, that kind of thing. I think being able to go out somewhere in the world and then just go bloop back home and do stuff and then go bloop back to where you were, that would be amazing. Like, that would be phenomenal. So yeah, I'm down with that. Down. Yeah, I'd be good with that. What upcoming game releases are you most excited about? Fallout. Fallout's going to be a good one. Borderlands. Looking forward to Borderlands. I hear there's maybe a new Far Cry. I'm down with that. I think Under a Rock. There's a game called Under a Rock. That one looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm pretty excited about that. How do you see the future of Hermitcraft evolving? My unscientific glances at YouTube indicate that some members are producing less video content in favor of perhaps more live streaming. I think there's always been a back and forth shift. It honestly it goes back and forth. What tends to happen is when one is doing better, performing better, creators tend to shift in that direction. So when YouTube is doing better, they tend to shift to doing more YouTube. When Twitch is doing better, they tend to shift to more Twitch or streaming, wherever they happen to stream. And so that's kind of, I think that's just all that's happening. YouTube for the last couple months has been very underperforming, like seriously underperforming. So it's kind of that kind of pre-summer slump. So yeah. Are there other games you'd like to check out? No. If I am interested in a game, I check it out. Generally, only if I can get it on Steam. Because I will play less than 2 hours. It takes far less than 2 hours for me to be like, nah, I ain't touching this game again. And then I'll get a refund. Because, yeah, Steam refunds are the best in the, well, maybe not the best in the, but they're pretty dang good. Generally, like, I've had games where I've played like 3 hours and still gotten a refund. So, yeah. But yeah, if I'm generally interested in a game, I'll buy it. Or I've been offered it, and then, yeah. At the time of reading this question, what are the last 10 videos, titles or topics if you need to generalize in your YouTube watch history? That's super simple. Jay's 2 cents and Linus Tech Tips. That is my YouTube watch history. So there you go. You've been a content creator for a long time. Have you ever looked at your earlier videos and thought about how far you've come? Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. It was rough. Very, 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 very rough at the start. Mm-hmm. What situations or people have positively impacted the way your style of content has evolved? I think just hanging out with people has kind of given me a better sense of self, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but to me, it makes sense. And so I've always said that I want to make the videos I want to watch, and I want to make videos as myself. I don't want to put on a persona. I don't want to put on any kind of false exaggeration or anything. How you hear me talking in a video is that's how I talk. That's how I am. So yeah, except you don't see the hand movements. You don't see them. So what the crap? Why aren't you looking at my hands, people? Okay. Yeah. So there you go. Next. Oh wait. Yeah. Okay. Next. I'm trying to keep track here. The XB fam is a close, tight-knit group of fans. Did you ever dream back at the start of your Hermitcraft journey that the XB fam would be here and support you? So no. I hoped. I've been very fortunate that since I started, I've always had like those core fans. I have people that are still watching me today that watched the first video I ever put out. And I see them. I see them comment. I see them around. And that blows my mind. Every time. My first patron ever is still a patron and still sometimes talks. I know he still watches, but you know, he's got life things going on, which I completely understand. First ever patron is still here. It's nutty. Absolutely nutty. Speaking of first patron, this question, well, one of these next questions is from that person. So this question, what's something small and insignificant that brings you joy? Movies, TV, games, puppies. I don't know. It's hard for me to look at like a puppy video or something and not smile. I love dogs, but yeah. And then this next question from actually my first ever patron. What's something small and insignificant that brings you rage? I don't know how I have a special place in my heart for stupid people. And I don't mean you don't have an education. That's not what I mean. You can be smart and not have an education. I mean dumb. Lack of common sense, lack of common courtesy. That is a huge pet peeve of mine. Not like fly into a rage kind of thing. Just like yeah. Anyway. Besides no school, what did you look forward to during the summer break when you were growing up? No school. Just the freedom of doing whatever, I guess. There was nothing that you had to do. So that, yeah. Hanging out with friends, that sort of thing. What were you most excited, worried about when joining Hermitcraft back 24 that I wouldn't fit in? Yep, that's it. What's your favorite YouTube series other than Hermitcraft? You know, I'm gonna say Minecraft's Most Wanted. Yeah, if you're not familiar, look it up. It's really bad, but I love it so much. What's a bucket list project that you've always wanted to do but never had the time for? I've honestly thought about bringing back Minecraft's Most Wanted, but I think it's kind of one of those better left where it is kind of things. So, yeah. What is something that you admire about, learned from a fellow hermit? I guess it kind of goes back to just being yourself, I guess. Just being who you are and not. Yeah. If you didn't do Minecraft gaming content, but still YouTube, what kind of videos would you be doing? I don't know that I would be doing content creation without video games. Actually, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't. So, yeah. I'm a very shy person. So, there you go. How do you typically plan out your bases? I don't. I don't. I think this question went on to say, like, do you plan it and create? So it's kind of a toss up. Some things I feel like I have to plan just so that it's right. But a lot of what I do is kind of just off the cuff. I just do whatever. I place a few blocks. It's ugly. I replace a few blocks. And it just kind of go from there. So, if Elytra no longer exists, what would be your preferred mode of travel? Walking and running. I mean, unless you get to water, and then obviously a boat, but walking. Yeah. I think everything else is just, it's too much trouble and just not worth it. You know? Like, horses are cool until you hit a forest, and then horses suck. So, it's definitely not going to be a happy ghast. Definitely not. Like, that is, no, not going to happen. What first you got in? What first got you into playing Minecraft? I can tell you the exact version of Minecraft I started playing. It was beta 1.8 Java edition. I saw my brother playing it, and I thought, wow, that game looks dumb. How old is it? And then I tried it and was hooked. So, are you really xBCrafted? Sorry, seen it in too many of your streams, and it always makes me smile. Yes. Yes, I am. What sort of things inspire you? I'm gonna have to say just world generation, like awesome world generation. Season 7, for instance. Awesome world generation. Love it. That's kind of how I try to go about building a base, is I will find an awesome place and then fit the base into it. I'm not a fan of making the world fit your idea of a base. So I want to fit my base into, generally, we're not talking about season 10 because I cleared a lot of ice. We're not talking about that. But generally, I want my base to fit the area. So yeah, awesome terrain generation. If you go on my channel, and I used to do seed spotlights, you'll see a lot of them are shattered savannas and that sort of thing because they're just freaking awesome. So any advice for anyone wanting to start YouTube? My advice has always been be yourself and try to be consistent. Just do what you do. And obviously don't get into it for the wrong reasons. Don't get into it trying to make money, because you probably won't. So, yeah. How do you feel being friends with Etho after watching him for so many years? Is it surreal? Yeah. Yeah. he's one of one of the few people that I still get nervous around. I don't know why. So, yeah. Why aren't you obsessed with Etho like Joel? I'm not. Yeah, I'm just not. I guess. Have you ever been a fan of sports? Yeah, I've watched some football, some hockey, and like a ton of MMA. And then I haven't, yeah, I don't really watch any of it anymore. So just not interested anymore. Wait, whoa, where did I? Has there been a piece of XB branded merchandise you wanted to release, but something prevented it? I got a 3D printer and I was trying to design XB heads that would open up and you could use it for like storage. And that just never worked out. So if anybody has a 3D printing business and can get them done for cheap, because I don't want to try and put my fans in the poorhouse, let me know. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hopefully still alive. That'd be good. I mean, right? Hopefully still doing what I do. I don't know. I'm not a planner. You can ask Ferks. It's probably one of her biggest pet peeves about me. I don't like plans. I don't like making them. I don't like breaking them. And if you don't make them, you can't break them. So there you go. That's your lesson for today, people. If you don't make plans, you can't then break the plans. Okay? Okay. What is your greatest strength and weakness? I guess it goes back to just keeping calm, the ability to keep calm under pressure. I've been in some pretty sticky situations, you might say. And my ability to keep calm has gotten me through every single one. So, yeah. Do you have any questions for us? Do I have questions for you? Do you know the Muffin Man? No. I mean, I that's pretty deep, but there you go. Out of all the hermits that are no longer on the server, which one or ones do you miss? I miss them all. Like Top Mass was the one that got me on the server. You know? And me and Zul'jin, season 3 hanging out, phenomenal time. Even when we transitioned over to do an arc with Slip, and phenomenal time. I miss them all. So, yeah. Corrales, remember when Corrales used to play Hermitcraft? Sorry. Favorite Shrek movie? First one. Would you still love Corrales if he were a worm? Why are you trying to judge Corrales for not being a worm? That's messed up. What is your favorite food? Philly cheesesteak. I want to go actually. So it's kind of a toss-up situation here. I want to go to Philly to have a Philly, one of those little hole in the wall kind of Philly places. The problem with doing that is then I would be in Philly, and nothing against Philly. I hate cities. I hate them. They suck. Every single one of them. They suck. I hate traffic. I don't want to be in traffic. I don't want to be around traffic. I don't want to hear traffic. Cities suck. So there you go. I don't want to do it. So yeah. Do I like snow? I like snow. I don't like messing with snow. It's cool when it snows. I like looking at it. I admire it. I don't want to freaking mess with it. Like, just if I could just leave it where it wants to be. But the problem is it wants to be on the driveway and the sidewalk and the stairs and it, yeah, and it's just not nice. How are you, and are you having fun with these questions? Yes. Hopefully y'all are having fun listening. You've been a content creator for a long time. Have you ever looked at your earlier videos? Oh, wait, didn't I already? Yeah, I already. Why is that one in here twice? Apparently I copied that one in here twice. Wait, so is that one? What the? Okay, this is what gives you inspiration or the attraction that keeps you enjoying and playing Minecraft throughout the years? That kind of goes back to an earlier question, and it's just how there's no right or wrong way to play the game. You want to play the game in peaceful and creative? Do it to it. You do you. Don't let anybody tell you that's the wrong way to play the game. Just no, shut up. That's however you play Minecraft. Unless you're out there griefing people, that's the right way for you to play the game. Get her done. Is there an event from a previous season of Hermitcraft that you want newer watchers to know about? Not really. I mean, there's nothing. I said it before. Like, if you want to go check out the Ultimate Base Tours, they're pretty awesome. Non-Hermitcraft, although kind of, because Hermits agreed to do it or agreed to be included in it, is the Minecraft's Most Wanted. Check those out if in you. When did you get your current skin and why did you pick it? My first skin was Steve, obviously. Used that for a long time, and then I started just looking around for skins, and I found a suit, which actually turned out to be almost identical to Mumbo's. And at that time, I didn't know who the Hermits were. I didn't know any. I was literally just playing the game. I didn't watch YouTube. I didn't like none of that stuff. And so I grabbed that, and then I made the head and put them together, and that was my skin. So it's kind of evolved. And then at some point I was like, you know what, the suit, it really doesn't suit me. The suit doesn't suit me. I don't think well, actually, I know I haven't worn a suit since I was a kid. I don't know that I will ever wear a suit again. I don't want to. I don't think it serves a purpose. So you're putting on more clothes to seem important? Yeah, I don't get it. The clothes don't make the man makes the clothes. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Why are you so cool? Like, temperature? I run hot. So you can ask Perks. I run hot. So there you go. If you do feel up to a Q&A, I'd like to know what your favorite bit in Hermitcraft history is. I had a lot of fun with the Hermit or the Hobbit thing. Big base swap stuff. That was a lot of fun. So yeah. Over the years of making videos, what are the top moments that stand out to you? Just meeting the people I've met and having the opportunities that I've had. And by meeting the people that I've met, I mean both professionally and in the community. I've met some phenomenal people on both sides. The viewers and my coworkers, I guess. I've met some truly phenomenal people. So it's very humbling And it, yeah. Yeah. Okay. What is your favorite type of episode to make? One, when it's a one go. When you hit record and 25, 30 minutes later, you hit stop recording and there's your video. Love it. It's awesome. It's rare. This is one of them. But, you know, whatever. You've said before that role playing tires you out, but your lore has always been super interesting. Any chances of expanding it? If you meet like base lore, or if you're talking about Carilson, I'm not gonna say Carilson is gone, because that little dude, you never know. He could pop up anywhere. So maybe I'm just not a fan of roleplay. I don't know. It just it's exhausting in like a mental exhaustion kind of way, not like a physical exhaustion. So yeah. What is the build style or architectural style you really want, or you would really like to try in Minecraft? I don't really, if I've ever been like, I really want to try that style, I just try it. So I think I've tried them, and yeah. Do you like creature features like Jaws, Frog, Swamp Thing, the Blob, Tremors? I don't have anything against them. As long as it's not something like Sharknado, I don't have anything against them. Yeah. Favorite zoo animal? All of them. Is there an animal? I'm gonna be staring at it. I'm gonna be checking it out. That's me. You take me to a zoo, we're gonna see everything. Okay? No animal will ever in a zoo, unless like it's closed or they're hiding, will not have my eyes fall upon them. Okay? I'm looking. I'm going, it's so cute. You know, all that. That's how I do. What happened with the no post storyline? Were you just in the building groove, or perhaps not really feeling the role play at all? Kind of both. Yeah. I started on the arena and got super, super excited. Like, sometimes a build comes along that you just get so excited for that it becomes the only thing that matters. And that was the arena. So there you go. Something not personal, just for fun. If you were on death row, what would your last meal be? Probably Philly cheesesteak with carrot cake. Nope. Actually, so it would be a Philly cheesesteak sandwich with carrot cake, probably some seasoned sweet tater fries, right? And then a Dunka latte from Dunkin' Donuts. Holy crap. So good. Like, so good. My question is all personal. Will you ever do a face reveal? If not, why? No, probably not. I would say that there's like a 0.0000000000000 like 30 more zeros, 1% chance I will do a face reveal. Why? I love my anonymity. I enjoy it. I appreciate it. I don't think I'm ugly. But I love my anonymity. I want to be able to go somewhere. Like, say Minecon does come around. I want to be able to go to Minecon and just enjoy Minecon. You know what I mean? It's not about, I would love to meet the fans. But there's a catch-22 that comes with being able to meet the fans, and it's that everybody knows who you are. And I'm a very, very private person. And that's kind of, yeah. I enjoy my privacy. So, will you ever get a new pupper after the passing of Bishop, or is it? So we've talked about this, and we're kind of at that point where if we're driving down a back road somewhere and we happen across a puppy, we got ourselves a new puppy. Or a new dog, or whatever. We are not actively looking. When we got Bishop, we were like 75% actually looking, 25% kind of just like, do we, don't we? So yeah. And like a lot of people were like, oh, that's just a COVID dog, you're gonna get rid of it in a month. No, we never ever wanted to get rid of him. Not one time was I would like, oh, you're gone. No. Nope. When you're running out of drive at a project, what do you do for a second wind or new inspiration? That comes back to play something else, work on something else. You may have some of you may notice that some projects in the base are still not done. It's because I run out of steam on that particular project. Doesn't mean it's shelved forever. I'm going to come back. I just put a pin in it. Okay. I'll pull the pin at some point and get back to it. So, yeah. What is the most absurd thing you've been tricked into doing or believing? Huh. I can't think of anything. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't think of anything. If you can meet anyone in this world today, who would you meet? Huh. That's that. Like, are we talking like actual people, or like just like, huh? I feel like Pedro Pascal would be someone I would enjoy meeting. I would like to meet. I don't. Yeah, Pedro Pascal. Scotty Cam. I'd like to meet Scotty Cam. I know there's going to be a lot of people who are like, who the heck is that? And then the few Aussies in the chat are going to be like, oh, Scotty Cam. I met him down at... Yeah. I'd like to meet Scotty Cam. He seems like an awesome dude. Seems like it. Obviously, public persona, just like Pedro. Obviously, you hear, they're great guys. They're great people, blah, blah, blah. You don't know until you actually meet them. Okay? And that, yeah. Yeah, I guess Pedro Pascal and Scotty Cam. Yep. Aussies, please explain to the people that don't know who Scotty Cam is. Okay, thank you. What is your favorite animated movie? Can I choose? It is technically kind of not really. No, it's not animated. Huh. Favorite animated. Oofda. That is I'm trying to think of all the animated movies I've seen. I've seen a lot. I would say that Moana is probably top 10. Like, I really enjoyed Moana. How to Train Your Dragon, really good. The first one. That was really good. Shrek. Shrek was good. Monsters Inc. Good. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I have a favorite, honestly. There's probably one I'm just not thinking. I've got fog brain. I can't brain currently. Probably a bad time to do Q&A, but that, it is what it is. What was the most momentous part in your content creator career besides joining Hermitcraft? I would say being noticed by people I looked up to. This was the leading up to joining Hermitcraft. Back when I started doing YouTube, you could do what was called a video response, where you could actually post a video in response to someone else's video, and then that person could then pin or whatever that your video under their video. You see, and it would show up in video responses. But what ruined it was a bunch of people that decided that was a good way, because and here's the thing, okay? You had to approve what videos would show up in response. I'm like 99% sure that you had to approve what videos would show up as responses under your video. And I think a lot of people just turned on auto to where you could just say like, yeah, just whatever shows up there. And so a lot of corn would show up. And I'm pretty sure that was the downfall of video responses. That, or it was just like YouTube was like, hey, people love this option, so let's take it away. Like customizing their channel. Yeah. YouTube used to be able to like actually customize your channel so it stood out. And then they came out with what was it, YouTube 1 or whatever it was called, whatever stupidness they tried to claim. And then they were like, oh, it's more customizable, you can do more. It's a banner. Yep. How is that more? How? Make it make sense. Anyway, that was the last one. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to go over to my Discord and see if there are other. Hold on. Where? Where did it? Oh, there. Just make sure. Oh God, Discord, stop it. Okay. Yeah, no, that. I think that. Oh wait, what if you weren't a YouTuber or Twitch streamer? What would you be doing? I have no clue. No clue. I don't even want to think about it. So, anyway, yeah, that's it. It's, holy crap, an hour. Y'all have been talking for an hour. I hope you realize that. Anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. I'm sorry there's not much happening on the screen, but hopefully you enjoyed it anyway. And I'll see y'all next time.